this being comes to me, and they're telling me not to overanalyze my, my conversations, and I go over my conversations simply because I communicate in spirit, and that way I can correct anything or go over, and I grow in Christ. That's my whole. I always arise in Christ. Like, nobody can tell me not to do something, because I was like, I always rise in Christ. It's just who I am. And and someone can try to bring me down by how I do things, and I was like, this is why I sit there and go over everything, because I sit there and see it mind, body, heart, and spirit as I go over every little thing. And I'm proud of myself, but I also speak in spirit to um that way, that picture, and make sure they're safe. And that's what I do, is like, I want to make sure everybody's safe when it comes to much, that which is my children. I want to make them, I protect them no matter what, and that's what I do. I remove old sills, but at the same time, I protect them on every little thing. And this being hates that I sit there and protect them over everything. And of course, it tries to plan and plot. And I was like, you can't do this because this breaks law. You can't do this because this breaks law. And when you can't manipulate others into striking themselves. And, this being constantly tries to break others. And I was like, I don't understand. Because I was like, love others, have peace. Don't be what is immortality? Because it turns you apparently scarlet. But this being, like, is going to be beyond scarlet. Like, they're going to be like a crispy little fucking critter, because they won't what is it called, leave well enough alone. I don't understand why this being's like this. I was like, you know I love all, but when it comes to this being, it is like literally a liar, cheater, thief. And all it does is constantly want to come against Christ. And I was like, what the fuck? Was it just an anti being because I am me? So, it purged all of it out. Because I'm like, I don't understand. And then it's trying to, like, basically, to hurt another being and try to bring them down. And I was like, so I just, like, basically, go over every little thing and say, no, this can be, and I speak truth to others. And I was like, this, don't be praising, worshiping names, do unto others as you would have done unto you. And I just kind of go through there. And I say to that being, I was like, look, all you do is strike yourself, because they're protected. Christ is protected. If we get off our path, yes, we strike ourselves. But no matter what, someone's going to come and speak to us truth and light, because we cry out for it. That's why those of Christ always come back, is because we cry out for it. Like, no matter what I go through, I cry out for love. I cry out for peace. I cry out for unity. I cry out. And anytime if you hear a child crying in the wilderness, you're going to go running and you're going to seek that child, because I do. Like, when I see someone in trouble, I go and I see them, and I was like, well, they're sad or whatever. But I see that out my window, and I was like, I want to help them. And yes, I've been angry and I've been hurt and trying to communicate, but it's still, I kept on going. I was like, I'm going to be able to communicate love. I'm going to break through so I can arise in Christ. And yes, I had my experiences.